Hello, I'm Amanda. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I do a Friday morning class every Friday, unless I simply can't for some reason. But usually I don't skip. And right now is a very busy time for me, but I feel like when we're busy, it's more important than ever to make time for our practice. Like get up an extra hour or 30 minutes earlier just to get in something, whether it's just meditation, a little bit of movement. I believe and I know from my experience, this will help you in your life. This will help you have more time to do all the things that you need to do. When you are doing things from a calm state, like keep calm and carry on. It's such a cliche. We hear it, we see it on t-shirts, but it's true. But what do you do to keep calm? You know, I mean, yeah, you can say keep calm, but you know, we live our life in that fight or flight mode, and I talk about that. And so it's so important to tap into our parasympathetic nervous system on a regular basis, get into our bodies and move the energy around, and that is what yoga will do for you. It'll give you, first of all, it'll introduce you to your own power. You'll start to see how your body holds the power, your body, your mind. Like you hold the power in yourself to do all the things that you want and need to do. But you have to learn how to optimize that power, you know? So, and that's what I hope to bring to you through some of these practices that we do. I just saw this card this morning sitting here, and it went right along with what I wanted to bring to this practice this morning. And these are I am cards, and I have a whole deck, but I don't have it with me. I just happen to have this one card that my dear friend and mentor Jen Zoe had sent to me. And check out her page, Zenergen, if you haven't seen me share about it before. And it says, I am loved. I am committed to daily practices of self-love, 30 minutes of exercises, 30 minutes of deep breathing meditation, something for me every day to tap into that self-love. I am worthy of self-love, and I must love myself in order to love others. So, with that being said, go ahead and make your way to your mat. Find a comfortable seat, either on a pillow, or if you'd like to lay down on your back, you can do that too. We're going to start out with some yogic breath. First of all, let's open with Om. So bring your palms together in heart center. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and then we'll Om one time. So close your eyes. Inhale. Next breath will Om. Om. And release your hands. Go ahead and just keep your eyes closed. And we're going to take a few breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just letting your shoulders settle, drawing the tail towards the earth. Inhale, lifting through the crown. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Lengthening through the spine as you inhale. And out through the mouth. Place the left hand over the heart and the right hand over the belly. And we're going to take some breaths, and as we breathe in, fill the belly and then fill the lungs, and notice how the hands rise and fall as you fill the belly and fill the lungs. So inhale into the belly, filling it up. Then the chest rises as you inhale all the way to the top. And then as you exhale, the chest lowers, emptying out from the top. and the belly contracts as you empty out from the bottom. So we're filling the chest cavity, the stomach cavity with air. As you inhale, the belly rises. And then the chest rises. And as you exhale, the chest lowers and the belly contracts, pressing all the air out. Inhale into the belly. Chest rises. Exhale, chest lowers, belly contracts. Continue this breath. Maybe taking a little pause at the top before you begin to empty out the lungs. We'll contract the belly. Inhale, belly expands. Chest rises and expands. And then exhale. Continue on your own for 1 minute. You can release your hands and just breathe normally, letting go of the rhythm, just noticing the breath. And then start to practice Ujjayi breath if you're not familiar with Ujjayi breath. It's like you're breathing onto a pane of glass, but your mouth is closed. So that creates a slight oceanic sound that's audible mainly to you. And continue filling the belly, filling the lungs. Just letting everything settle. Keeping this breath throughout your practice. Drawing your focus inward, cultivating awareness. On the next inhale, lift the arms overhead. You can open your eyes. Reach towards the sky. Lengthen through the spine, reaching the fingertips high. And then exhale, bring the right hand down and reach over with the left. Keeping the spine grounded. Roll the left shoulder back as you look up. Take a little stretch here. And come back to center. Inhale, both arms above. Exhale, other side. Roll the right shoulder back as you look up. This also increases the capacity of our lungs when we stretch our side bodies, so it allows us to deepen our breath. Take another inhale. And then exhale, walk your hands in front of you. Keep the spine long. And don't just fold over right away. Keep the heart forward. And slowly just let yourself go. Let your head hang. And then walk yourself back up. Switch your feet around. Get a nice stretch in your hips here. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. And exhale, walk the hands forward. And start to walk them back. And then go ahead and make your way into a tabletop. We'll start with some cat-cow. Inhaling for cow. Exhale for cat. Maybe pausing at the top and the bottom. Sending the breath the entire length of the spine. Constricting the throat for Ujjayi breath as you breathe here. Each exhale is a whole movement. Each inhale is a whole movement. Maybe taking some more exaggerated movements as you inhale, maybe rolling the spine. Rolling the shoulders. Maybe roll the other direction. Just waking the spine up. Waking the shoulders, the hips. And then bring the knees wide, bring the feet together. Send the hips back and come into a child's pose with your arms in front. Just inch your fingertips towards the top of the mat as you elongate the spine. Take a deep breath here and release everything. Surrendering to the flow, to what is at this moment, exactly where you are. On the next breath, inhale up to your forearms and slide yourself onto your belly. So you're in a Sphinx pose now. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and keep the neck long. And it's like you're pulling the mat back towards you. Your pelvis is rooted into the earth. Tops of the feet press into the earth. Pull your heart forward. Breathe here. Each breath, elongate through the spine and pull the heart forward. Each exhale, ground down through the palms, through the elbows, as you lift through the crown. And then slowly release yourself down. Bring your hands to your rib cage. Roll the shoulders back and squeeze the shoulder blades. Feet are wide. As you inhale, come up to cobra. Keep the shoulders back, neck long. And exhale, come back. We'll repeat that 2 times. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale. And exhale back down. From here, go ahead and reach back towards your right foot. We're going to take a little stretch. Actually, okay, if you have a pillow, grab a pillow and you're going to bring it underneath your chest like this, okay? So then you're going to come up to your forearm. Then you're going to grab for your foot. And this might be all you do right here. Maybe turn your hand around here on your foot and get a nice thigh stretch and shoulder stretch. And then release, other side. Pressing up through the elbow. Keep the hips towards the earth, rooted in the earth. The left hip might want to come up. Try to keep it down. And release. Remove your prop. And now reach for both feet for bow pose. Draw the shoulder blades together. Press the feet into the palms and lift. Continue the breath. And release. Just let yourself fall to the earth. We'll do that one more time. Bend your feet, take hold of your feet into your hands. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift as you inhale. Keep the shoulder blades squeezing together. Neck is long. And release. Let your head fall to the other side. Let your body relax. And then start to make your way back to a tabletop. And prepare for down dog. Hands are about hips distance apart, palms wide, tuck your toes, lift your knees, press your hips back and come into down dog. So for your first dog, don't try to press your feet all the way down. Have your knees bent a little bit. And then lift up through the hips and tuck your tail towards the sky. Press the mat away. You want your palms engaged, like you're clawing the earth. And then notice how that engages your arms. And then you're going to press the earth away as you lengthen the spine. And then squeeze the shoulder blades together and notice how that drops the heart down. Just breathe. Maybe drop one knee from side to side. Look to your hands, come up to your tippy toes, round through the spine and start to make your way to the top of the mat into forward fold. Just let yourself hang here in forward fold. Oh, shoot. Trying to fix my shirt. Take opposite elbows. Let your head be heavy. Rock back and forth. Release your arms. Ground down through your feet and slowly start to rise. Keep your head and arms heavy. Let your head be the last thing up. Take a deep breath in. Reaching your arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Release your hands. Standing at the top of the mat. Maybe rock your feet back and forth. And just feel your feet the connection to the earth. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extend halfway up, lift the heart. And then exhale, step the right foot back to a high lunge. Keep the hips squared. Lengthen through the spine. Lower the right knee. If you have knee problems, you can bring a pillow under your knee. And then rise. You need your hands on your hip for balance. Find your balance here. You're going to have a slight bend in the knee here. So as you slightly come forward, you're getting a nice stretch in your right hip flexor. Keep your hips squared. And then inhale to raise your arms overhead. And you can come forward as much as you'd like, but keep your heart lifted here. Keep the spine long and keep reaching towards the sky. Keep your hips squared. And release both hands to the earth. Come back to a down dog. Take a few breaths here. And then step your right foot forward. Come into a high lunge. Just enjoy that stretch for a moment. If you need your pillow, go ahead and bring it under your left knee. Come up. Find your balance. Squeeze your inner thighs for stability. And release your toe there, release your foot, and then inhale, reach the arms high. And you don't have to release your foot. I honestly just think it looks better. But it kind of gives you a little bit more support if you don't, but it gives you more of a stretch if you do. So lift through the fingertips. Settle into the hips. Each inhale, reaching. And exhale, let it go. Come back to a down dog. Inhale, shift over into a plank. Make sure you're pressing out through your heels. Wrists are stacked underneath the shoulders. Tuck the tail, spine is long. Option to lower the knees. Bending at the elbows. Keep your arms by your elbows as you slowly start to lower the chest and the chin. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, come back to down dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Bring the back foot to a 90 degrees. And you're going to come into Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Reaching out through both arms. You want a nice wide stance here. So you want to make sure the knee is not above the toe. Back foot is grounded at a 90 degrees. Look out over the right arm. Drop the left arm and reach the right arm high for a reversed warrior. Keep the right knee bent, bending into the right knee a little bit more. And then exhale, come back to Warrior Two. Straighten the front leg. You can bring your hands to your hips here. And you're gonna come forward. Bring both hands to the earth. So you're in this side, almost like a side down dog. You want your arms in front of you. Just enjoy that stretch. And then you're gonna bend into that front knee. So you're coming down into like a side angle here. But your hands are still in front of you. And then you're going to walk your hands back and bring the right hand around the right foot and bring the left arm high for side angle. And then reach the left arm over the ear and create a straight line from the left foot all the way up through the left fingertips. And then release the left arm. Walk both hands back out in front of you again. And start to straighten the front leg. Enjoy the stretch. And then walk the hands back towards the right foot. Bring the right hand around the right foot. And bring the left arm high for Trikonasana. Keep that front leg straight. Ground down through the left hip. Remember to keep the booty back and the chest forward. This really gives you a lot of space to open up. Back to your breath. And release your left arm. Come back to a down dog. On the next inhale, step the left foot forward. Back foot goes to a 90 degrees. And you're going to come up to warrior two. My hair back in a ponytail here. Take a nice wide stance. Check your feet. Make sure the heels line up. Back foot's at 90 degrees. You want to have your tail tucked out. So you've got the natural curve in your spine and you're leaning into that front knee. Reach both arms out to the side. Gaze out over the left arm. Drop the right arm. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep that bend exaggerated in the front knee. And then come back to warrior two. So from here, you can bring your hands down. Bring your hands in front of you. Just get a nice stretch here. And then bend the front knee. Keep the booty back. Walk the hand to the outside of the left foot and reach the right arm high. Round down through the left foot and reach through the right foot and reach the right arm high. You want that line from the right foot all the way up through the right fingertips. Draw the shoulder blades together. So you want to draw the right shoulder blade back and look up towards the sky. And then bring both hands in front of you. And chest is forward, booty back, and start to straighten that front leg. You might need to take a wider stance. You might notice the difference on either side. I know this side's a little tighter for me. And then walk your hands towards your right foot. Bring your your left hand to the outside of the left foot. Bring the right arm high. You can keep the booty back and the chest forward. Bring the right shoulder blade to plug into the arm, bring the arm socket to plug into the shoulder blade and look up towards the fingertips. Keep the front leg straight. Reaching in all directions. And then release the right hand and step back to a down dog. Optional flow here. Inhale into a plank. Exhale, option to lower the knees or halfway to chaturanga. Keep the elbows bent by the rib cage. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back to down dog. On the next inhale, step the right foot forward. Plant the left hand and reach the right arm high to come into a twist. Lower the left knee. Again, if you have knee problems, bring a pillow under your knee. So reach the right hand back towards the left foot. This is all you have to do. If you don't want to go anymore, if you want to go a little further, take hold of the left foot. Let the right knee hang over. Keep the right shoulder blade plugged in. Keep the spine long. And then release. From here, you want to shift your hips back and get a stretch in the front leg. Keep the heart forward. Get a nice stretch in the hamstring here. And walk the hands forward. Come into a high lunge. Remove your prop. And then you're going to bring your back foot in to a 45 degrees and start to straighten your front leg. Coming into pyramid pose. So your hips are squared and you're folding over your front leg, which is straight. You can come up to your fingertips here. If you have blocks, it really helps a lot. And I forgot my blocks in Mississippi. But if you have blocks, it really helps a lot. You really want to keep your spine long here and your heart forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together because that helps keep your heart forward and keep your spine long. And then you're going to plant your left hand and reach your right arm high for a revolved pyramid. Slowly lower the right hand and come back to a down dog. On the next inhale, step the left foot forward. Drop the right knee down. Start to twist towards the left. Maybe bring your left hand to the left knee. Maybe take hold of the right foot. Keep the left shoulder back and the spine long. And then release. Slide the hips backwards as you extend the left leg long. Keep the spine long and get a stretch in your left hamstring. Just continuing to breathe. And then walk your hands forward. Come into a high lunge. And then walk the back foot in just a tad at a 45 degrees. Start to lengthen through the front leg. Keep the hips squared. So your heels are lined up. Your back foot's at 45 degrees and your front foot is facing forward. Pull the heart forward and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep the spine long, reaching through the crown. Press into your front leg and check your knee that it's not too bent. But you don't want to hyperextend it either. You want a little micro bend in it. And then plant the right hand and reach the left arm high for a revolved pyramid. And release the left hand. Step the left foot back to down dog. Take an optional flow here. Inhale to plank. Exhale. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. moving back into a down dog. Look towards your hands and make your way into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Reach your arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. So prepare for tree pose. I'll face you. Shift your weight over into your right foot. Bring the left foot either right below or right above the knee. Find a point on the floor that's not moving or in front of you. You can raise your arms overhead if you'd like. Cultivating balance. And so feel free to stay here, or take your left foot and slide it over your right knee and start to sit into a figure four chair pose. Coming as deep into it as you wish to go today. And release your left leg and shake it out. Find your center, feet underneath the hips, and shift your weight to your left foot. Bring the right foot either right below or right above the kneecap. Find your place that's not moving to focus on. Find your center, find your balance. Maybe lift your arms overhead. Feeling the connection from the earth to the heavens. Again, feel free to stay in tree pose or make your way for figure four as you bring your right foot over the left knee. Keep the right foot flexed. Whenever you're ready to come out of it, release your right leg and shake it out. Shake your hips and shake it all out of your body here. And then come back to the top of your mat. Feet stacked under the hips. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step both feet into a plank. Option to lower the knees or halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And then exhale, come back to down dog. Lower both the knees. Mat's distance, bring the feet together and come into a child's pose. Bring the palms together. And just feel your connection here. Feel your connection to yourself, your connection to the earth. Feel the awareness that you're cultivating. And then go ahead and walk yourself up to your knees. You're going to come up to your knees. So we're going to take a couple back bends here. You don't have to do full camel pose, but we will work our way towards that. So a lot of people, when they back bend, they want to push their hips forward, but we're really going to focus on keeping the thighs back and your natural curvature of the spine right here. So your hips will automatically come forward once you start going back, but we will get a better opening if you keep that curve right here in your back. So we're going to just put our hands back there just to keep the curve, not to push our hips forward. And you can even bring your hands like the opposite way. I think that helps a little bit better. And so then you draw your shoulders back and lift your heart. And then you're just going to let your arms hang to the side. And then maybe it's okay to let your head hang back. And then come back. Ooh, how did that feel? I know that felt pretty good. You might have felt a little pressure on your lower back, and if you did, just make sure that your thighs are back, your butt's back, and the natural curve is going on, okay? You don't want to force anything. All right, so from here, you can stay here or start to reach back towards your heels. And so for the people that are worried about their neck, you just want to make sure that you're not turning your neck to either side. Your head is going to fall back and rest on this little area right here, this little natural curve. And so it actually, it's the way your head naturally falls. So it really isn't going to hurt you. Come up, bring one hand at a time to your lower back. It really helps with support. And then go ahead and come back into a child's pose. Reaching the spine long. We'll be rocking back and forth a little bit. And then come back up and make your way around to a seated position. Bring your right foot in front of you and your left foot to hug in with your heel as close to your butt as you can get it. And then you're going to bring your left arm around your left leg. And this might be as far as you go. You're going to keep the right foot grounded and start to just take a little stretch here. Maybe reaching around and taking a bind. Keeping the spine long. And then release. And switch legs. Bring the right foot in. As close to you as you can. Just hug it in. Just get a nice stretch here. Bring your left hand out to the side. Bring your right arm around the front of the right leg. And again, this might be as far as you go. if you would like to go for that bind, reach the right arm around, reach the left arm around. Take hold of the hands. Just continue the breath. And release. Bring both legs out in front of you. Find your sit bones. Lift your sit bones up. Lengthen through the spine and then set yourself back down. Reach both arms tall. Reach for the sky. And then exhale. Keep the spine long and start to fold forward, but keep the arms high. Each inhale reaching for the sky. Each exhale melting forward. Keep the spine long. Each exhale, releasing a little bit more. And then slowly let your arms fall to the earth. You can let your head fall, let your spine round. Just continue the breath, continue releasing. Going within, seeing where you can let go a little bit more, seeing what needs work on, what needs attention. Maybe giving your feet a little massage, your legs, sending yourself some love for showing up today. And then go ahead and walk yourself back up and make your way all the way down to your back. Squeeze your knees in, rock back and forth. Bring both arms out to the side and let both knees fall over to the right. Looking out over the left shoulder. And then hug them back into center. Let your arms fall out to the side. Let the knees fall over to the left, looking out over the right shoulder. And then coming back to center. Give yourself a big squeeze here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze into a tiny little ball. And then release. Release it all. Oh gosh, that was not good. It could have been worse. Release it all. Let your feet fall out to the side. Let your arms go wide, palms facing up. Close your eyes. And just let it all go for the next few minutes for Shavasana. Letting the effects of your practice sink in and recalibrate your system, recalibrate your cells. Shedding the old, stepping into the new. You can stay here as long as you want. Just start to wiggle your toes and fingers. Reach your arms overhead for a full body stretch. And then hug your knees in. And roll over to your right side. Cradling your head for a moment. And then press yourself back into a seated position. Keep your eyes lightly closed. Hands on your knees. And just be in your body for a moment. Notice the shift. Notice what this practice did for you. Bring your hands to heart center, palms pressing together. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And we'll Om one time to close. Namaste. If you enjoyed today's practice, please like, subscribe, share the video. I really appreciate it. And check out my shop, wildflyer.com. We got 2 locations in Destin and Ocean Springs, Mississippi. And we have events coming up. And so all of that's on my website. And I should have made these announcements before class. So if you made it through class and you're hearing this, then you're feeling really good right now. So, namaste. Check us out. See you next week.